Alright, hey, what's up everybody? We got another build video finally. I'm gonna discuss some things at the very end of this video, so if you want to stick around and hear those things, just updates about the channel in the future, kind of briefly going over my break a little bit. But yeah, let's just get into this new build video for the Sunbreaker Titan. So first up we have Top Tree Sunbreaker. I'm going to call this build the hit and run. So basically you're going to need to be top tree. I'm using Titan's Ramparts, but Worldline 0 is helping me with this build. And I would also recommend having a sniper rifle in your kinetic or energy slot. So basically the idea of this is to run in with Melting Point, hit the biggest enemy you can see, dash out of there with Worldline 0, set up your Titan's Rampart, that way they can shoot at you and you won't get hit, and just hit them with your sniper. So this build's decently viable. Titan's Rampart isn't the greatest exotic in the world. It definitely has its uses. And Worldline 0 is not the best sword in the world. I mean, Lebent's pretty insurmountable for other weapons, so use it if you like. It's pretty fun. But other than that, it wouldn't say it's top tier. Alright, next we have a build that has been around for a while. I don't have a real name for it because this build isn't... it's not common, but we're just gonna go with it. So for this build, you're gonna be middle tree, so siege hammer. And basically you're going to keep wanting to rotate the mini hammer, and you need to use impact grenades because you're going to be using the Ashen Wake exotic gauntlets. So if you don't know what that does, getting kills with impact grenades partially recharges your impact grenades, and they blow up on impact. So I may have been saying impact grenades, I mean fusion grenades, I hope you understand. But if you don't know, middle tree Sunbreaker, the more kills you get with your melee or grenade gives you stacks, and the more stacks you have, the more damage you do. So I paired this with Traveler's Chosen to ensure that I do always have my grenade in melee. That's probably unnecessary, being that you can pick up your melee and your fusion grenades come back pretty quickly. But what's probably the most important piece is a 1-2 punch shotgun. I'm using Python, which in Season 13 will be sunset sadly, but it's one of my favorite 1-2 punch shotguns at the moment, and if you have it, use it. If not, don't sweat it, it's going to be useless. And then I just threw on a random grenade launcher, and that's basically the slowdown. Just keep throwing the hammer as much as you can, throw the impact when you have a horde, and then if you see a boss, activate 1-2 punch and throw the hammer. It does insane amounts of damage, and if Solar Plexus ever comes back, this build could be really, really strong. But right now it's just a pretty good build, and the Siege Hammer Super isn't bad, but it's definitely not as good as the other Sunbreakers. Alright, next we have a very special build. For bottom tree Sunbreaker, you need Phoenix Cradle and Polaris Lance. And if you don't know why this is such a special combo with a bottom tree Sunbreaker, here's a little hint. This is the original Necrotic Grips of Thorn. This is overlooked a lot because Polaris Lance is a scout rifle. The scout rifles are overlooked a lot, and it only works on one subclass, on one tree of that subclass, as where Necrotic Grips and Thorn work no matter what, as long as you have both of them. But the reason this works the way it does is the explosion from the fifth element Polaris Lance shot adds a burn effect. And if that burn effect kills something, it makes a sunspot. And Phoenix Cradle gives the Sun Warrior buff to all of your teammates. So everyone's going to have increased weapon damage and everything else it provides. So you can make sunspots in hordes of Thrall or Acolytes or anything with just enough health to take damage from the burn effect of that 5th shot. And also the boss damage from Polaris Lance isn't awful. Then again, it is a scout rifle, so there are better options for that. But with Phoenix Cradle, you can also run in with your super or your melee and also make sunspots that way. But yeah, it just makes you a quick support in the neutral game. I wouldn't say it's as good at being a support as, say, your Attuned of the Grace Warlocks, because they have the healing grenade, they can have an empowering rift, empowering melee, and the super. This is a nice, you can do the damage you need to, you can give your team some support, but I do really like this for the same reasons I like Necrotic Herpathor, because it's an interesting interaction between two different exotics, and we don't see that enough in my opinion. I like these interactions that different items have in this game. I just want to see more of them. That's why I like this build, is because it does have that built in. So now I'm going to talk about updates for the future ahead and kind of what I've been gone. So my Adobe license kind of ran out, and that made it really hard. I tried to do DaVinci Resolve, but I was having a lot of audio issues. In the future, I might try to learn DaVinci Resolve so that if I do ever have a problem with Adobe again, I do have a backup so I can get things out. But looking ahead into the future, I have some goals, and I'd like to lay out the immediate future and what's happening. So I believe the Friday after this is coming out, I should have a short little channel trailer coming out on Friday, I believe. Maybe you'll get something else with that too. I have one of my old funny moments type videos coming up soon. I think it's finished editing. I just want to review it with fresh eyes and make sure it's all good, and then schedule that. I'm gonna put builds on a break for a while. I'm gonna wait until next season so we get new weapons, and so that I can start up earlier getting builds for each class. That way I'm not so close to the line on Titans and Hunters like I was this season. That was also due to the break that I took on it. Yeah, so we're gonna start up next season with new builds. Probably going to do TWAB videos for a while. If it's not worth my time, if I don't feel like doing it later on, I might stop. But I think I'll start doing them with the new season, and hopefully someone finds some sort of help with that. We'll probably start streaming again sometime in February. That'll be on Fridays and Saturdays on Twitch. That would be after the new season starts, I'm pretty sure, even though I will not be streaming Destiny, because if you try to do that, you'd realize that the frame rates drop. Even if you have a good PC, the frame rates just can't handle streaming Destiny. I don't know why, but this is the only game I have problems with streaming. So, in the future, expect more Destiny 2, possibly Rainbow Six Siege. Hopefully Paladins. I'm having a lot of fun with that game right now. Maybe some Jackbox, Scriblio. Definitely Minecraft. Minecraft will be coming in the future. I have plans of doing a modded server with some friends. I'll probably just highlight clips from that gameplay. And I believe we are also doing a vanilla SMP sometime in the near future. And I will probably stream that as it's happening. So if you want to join that and watch it, hey, you're welcome to. And if you have any ideas or suggestions for builds, video ideas, games you want to see me play, just shoot them over to me and I'll give it a look. And I also would appreciate it if you would give my Twitter and Twitch a look. Maybe follow me on those. Subscribe here. Like this video if you liked it. If you didn't, dislike it. Comment. Tell me you hate me. I don't care. It'll boost engagement. But goals for the end of the year, 100 subscribers. And if I don't reach that, oh well. So yeah, here's 2021.